Your life. Okay. Great. Good morning. The time is now 9:51 a.m. and I call to order the June 15th meeting for the Stokes Freedom Public Charter School. Welcome to our board meeting. My name is Dr. Anthony Smith and I am the
Sorry about that.
Okay. My name is Dr. Anthony Smith and I am the board chair. Our board members today are, and I'll read the name for the roll call and ask that you say present. Adina.
Present.
Tracy.
Present.
Beatrice.
Present.
Tim. Present. Amy.
Present.
Erica.
Present.
And once again, Anton Smith. This meeting is being held electronically by Zoom. There is an option for board members and presenters for today's meeting to be on video, and some of us will do so today. We'll do our video today. At this point, all the board members have received their copies of the minutes and copies of the agenda for this meeting. So we will need to approve both of those. Starting initially with the minutes from the May 11th meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the May 11th board meeting minutes?
I make a motion. This is Amy Richardson. I make a motion to approve the minutes for the May 11th, 2024 board meeting.
The minutes for the meeting have been made. Can I get a second?
Erica Porter, I second it.
I have a motion and a second to approve the May 11th minutes. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, let's have a roll call vote on the motion to approve the May 11th board meeting agenda. I'll call name and ask the board members to indicate either aye or nay for their vote. Beatrice?
Aye.
Tracy?
Aye.
Dina?
Aye.
Amy?
Aye.
Tim? Aye. Erica?
Aye.
And Anton Smith is aye. The motion passes and the minutes are approved from the May 11th meeting. At this point, can I get a motion to approve the June 15th board meeting agenda?
I make a motion to approve the June 15th board meeting agenda.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, let's have a roll call vote on the motion to approve the June 15th board meeting agenda. Once again, indicating aye or nay. Beatrice?
Aye.
Tracy?
Aye.
Adina?
Aye.
Mimi?
Aye.
Tim? Aye. Erica?
Aye.
Anton Smith, aye. The motion carries and the agenda is approved. Great. At this point, we'll move to the interim executive director report about the Caballero.
Good morning, everyone. Sit up a little closer over here so you can see me. So good morning, everyone. My name is Bobby Caballero, Interim Executive Director for the Elsie Whittle Stokes Community Freedom Public Charter School, and doing a year in review for the 23-24 school year. So we're going to talk about highlights for this year, the 5th grade international study tour, the kindergarten step-in updates, 5th grade graduations, the Stokes School strategic plan 24-29, alumni on the move, staff end of the year celebration, year in review video, special acknowledgement to Ms. Erica McGrady, and then a special birthday celebration. Some of the highlights from this year have been successfully opening up on 2 campuses, had a wonderful first day of school on both. We held a variety of cultural celebrations, Hispanic Heritage Month, Black History Month, Francophone Month. Right now we just finished celebrating Pride Month and Caribbean Heritage Month. We held several community building events. So the latest one was jazz and poetry in the garden, but I think it was really, really cold that day. So we moved it from the garden to the multi-purpose room. But we still had a wonderful event. I think Roaming Rooster was there, and one of our parents that owns a food truck also provided the food. But it was great. You know, it was jazz, it was poetry. And again, it was a community building event. We ran math and reading interventions on both campuses. We improved attendance rates on both campuses, which was a yay. Thank you. That was, yes. Created new partnerships, strengthened our current partnerships. We were awarded several grants throughout the year. We created the first ever Stokes School compensation scale. That was a labor of love, but Julia, I, and a, a consultant created it, and I think a lot of people were happy. And the goal was to be clear, transparent, and equitable. And we accomplished all three. So that was great. We competed in citywide contests. So of course, like spelling bees and the trivia bowl, and successfully completed all of the overnight trips. And I just want to just kind of go through them. We had 2 third grade overnight trips to Calvert Cliffs, one from East End, one from Brooklyn. So it's about maybe 40 kids each night on a 1-night overnight trip to Calvert Cliffs. We had the 4th grade from East End go to Eastern Shore for their overnight trip. It was 2 nights. And the ones from the Brooklyn campus, they went to Virginia Beach for their 3-day, 2 overnight trip. And then we had 3 study tours. We had the DC study tours for the students that didn't go to Panama or Martinique. And then we had the Panama and Martinique international study tours. And it was phenomenal. We had both schools go together on an international study tour. We only had 1 student from the Spanish class. It's a very small class. It's only 8 students in the class. So we only had 1 student from the Spanish class go to go to Panama, and we had about, I think it was like 12 we had 27 total go to Martinique and 16 total go to Panama. So it was great. Next year we're anticipating a lot more, so we might have to do 2 trips or just figure out how to take both, one time. That was a highlight, and I'll talk more about it. So this is the 5th grade study tour. So are you muted? Like, can they hear you if you play where it says study? Should I mute myself? And that was a recap of the study tour, a little TikTok that our communications person put together. Yeah, and we'll send this out. Well, so I think it already went out to everyone, but we'll send it to the board. We had this week we had a total of 2 kindergarten stepping up days, one on each campus, and we had a total of 2 graduations on each campus. And Ms. Moore did her wonderful speech. Everything that I need to know, I learned in kindergarten. So it was a great event. We can go to the next video. And we had 2 graduations. Again, we had one keynote speaker do both, and it was Ayanna Gregory. She is the daughter of civil rights activist Dick Gregory. And we heard from some parents that that was the best graduation that they've ever been part of, high school, college, or otherwise. She really got the crowd, it was great to, she spoke straight to the kids, really got the crowd excited. And over here at East End, I asked Mr. Kareem Ewing Boyd, who was the founding campus director here, and poured in some blood, sweat, and tears in this campus. So I asked him to do the closing remarks and talk about tears. Everybody in the audience, including himself and me and all the staff members, had tears after he spoke. It was great to have him back. The kids, as you can see, were very excited to have him here. And it was wonderful. And we also had a chance to present the very first Linda Moore Award for Excellence in Service. And it was posthumously presented to Dr. Ramona Edlin, who was a civil rights activist herself. I had mentioned it last month, but it was great. So her daughter, Amy, Kim, I'm sorry. I was looking at Amy. Her daughter, Kim Freeman, Edlin Freeman, came to receive the award on behalf of her mother. So that was great. We have officially launched the beginning of the Stokes strategic plan. I sent an email out to parents, to staff on Wednesday, to parents, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Yesterday, I think we sent it out to parents. The board got one as well. So we're gonna have we already completed the focus group with the students. We've completed about half of the interviews with the partners. It went out a little later than we wanted to, but we got it out. We're going to give 2 weeks, and I will continue to ask folks to, I will continue to ask folks to be part of to take part in it. We need everyone's voice. So the staff, I reiterated it with the staff yesterday to please take part in it. So, yeah, and alumni, we're going to reach out to alumni as well. One of the parents asked me, she's a researcher herself, and she's like, I think an important voice would be if you can contact parents who have left Stokes, and the reason why they left, that would be that you would capture something that you won't normally capture. So I know some parents, I still keep in contact with some of the parents that left, and some of it for a variety of reasons, but I think that would capture something that we wouldn't normally capture. So I'm going to do that on my part next week, since I don't have 4 graduations and stuff like that. Alumni on the move. So we had, from our Stokes Scholars class of 2024 graduated from high school. I don't know what Temple put in their water, but they're taking 7 of our alumni this year graduating from high school, are attending Temple in the fall. And these are, so Temple, the twins over here, Temple, and one on a basketball scholarship. You can tell which one. And then Roberto's going, I believe, to Virginia Tech, but others got into Georgetown, Howard, Spelman, and Virginia Tech, and a whole variety more. So that was, and Evan here on the Evan's, well, if you can point to Evan, Evan was our photographer for graduation.
Mm.
He's the official photographer at DCI for their sports. So yeah. So he came and did the second year he did the graduation photography. So
And how big that class that is now the 24 class from high school, but the fifth grade class from what would have been the only campus we had at the time, Brooklyn. How many kids were in that class that 7 of them will be reconnecting?
so I would guess about 40 to 45.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great for them to
Yeah.
see each other again in life.
So I think so 3 are at Banneker, and 4 at DCI.
Oh,
Let's see,
wow.
1, 2.
It's great.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
and then yesterday we had our end of the year staff celebration at Dave and Buster's. I asked the staff to choose between Kraken is like a roller skate place, or Dave and Buster's. Yes, pickleball. Yes, on Rhode Island Avenue. The staff chose Dave and Buster's, but it was great because when we typically do it at Rock Creek Park, and our operations staff actually has to work it. You know, they have to set up the tables and take the food, and it only costs about $300 difference doing it at Dave and Buster's. It's Dave and Buster's food. You know what I mean? You're gonna get like wings but it was about the community building. And we had staff invite up to 2 people, their partner or a child, but
Wow.
or 2 children or a partner and a child. So it was great to have, like a community event. And this was from listening to staff during the listening session saying that, typically when we do this, it's just staff. But they're like, we should do one with family. So we have the event in December that is just for adults and staff. And then the one in the end of the year will be for family. So it was great. They gave us $20 playing cards, so people were playing all day, so yeah, it was great to have everyone come together. And then we gave like an end of the year speech, thanking the staff, acknowledging folks who aren't coming back. And this year we had French interns and Spanish intern. But we acknowledged all of them, all the folks who aren't coming back. So it was a great event. And then this is our end of the year video that Ms. Caroline Hutton put together. She is our communications person. I want to turn off the lights, but there's a button that if I turn off, it might turn off everything.
Don't worry.
So
Looks good.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, and laughter and strife. In 525,600 minutes, how do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? bridges he burned, or the way that she died. It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember love. You got to remember the love. You know that love is a gift from up above. Share love, give love, spread love. Measure your life in love. Seasons of love. Seasons
Keep the
of
shirt.
love.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that was our year in review, and as we reflect, there's always room for improvement. We've done a lot, but there's a lot more to do. In my self-reflection, one of the things that I think I want to do more that I've heard from parents is, communicating my thoughts more, being more accessible to parents. I think that in my role, being here for so long in my role, that parents would call and be like, hey, the elevator's broken. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me put you through to, my CC or, so I think that, I still want to be more engaged with the parents. And I don't want to steal. Well, yes, that's what we do in education. We, beg, borrow, steal. So I know another executive director that has like coffee like once a month with parents. So I was in the spirit of language immersion. I was thinking of in French and Spanish. I was thinking of Café con Leche or Caballeros Café con Leche and Bobby's Bistro to put in the French part, and do maybe one each month, and try to. Another thing that I used to do at the Brooklyn campus was I would come into the PTA meetings, and it was like a 10-minute session of Ask Mr. Bobby. So they had questions. They can just ask me on the spot questions. The PTA and PTO meetings are on the same day, I believe. So it will be a little rough unless I do virtual on both. But I wanted to start doing live again, showing up live. So that was it for the year in review. And then, so I want to also take this time to acknowledge Ms. Erica McGrady for her years of service on the board. She is stepping down as a board member. And just want to, I don't know, did she ever log on?
No, she was
She-
emerging.
Oh, okay. So I will make sure and send her a text and email acknowledging her for her years of service. And she actually served as board chair for a few of those years. So, and then finally, want to take this opportunity to wish the founder of the school, Ms. Linda Moore. Today is her birthday. So
Happy birthday.
so I think it's appropriate to sing happy birthday. So what language would you like, Ms. Moore?
Well.
Oh, you have English?
In the room.
All right.
I would say French. How many people would be singing then?
4.
Okay.
Hey, you got one
Okay.
over there?
Let's start.
You
with
can jump in.
French. Let's start with French.
1, 2, 3. Joyeux anniversaire. Joyeux anniversaire. Joyeux anniversaire. Joyeux anniversaire. The bad part about not having a lot of people sing is that my voice is terrible. And I can't hide behind the good singers.
Yet, for how many years did you read that song every morning in front of the kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that brings a conclusion to my presentation. All right.
At this point in the agenda, rather ambitiously, I had the idea of responding to questions from the community. And we've gotten quite a few questions and a little bit overwhelming. And so I'm going to tweak this process a little bit. What I will do is I will take the questions that we received up to the beginning of the meeting, and I'll draft kind of a general response to as many as I can. I don't promise to respond to all of them, but I will find an opportunity to give feedback to the folks who have asked questions. But one thing I have noticed from the questions that were read, a common theme that I saw was questions about the involvement of the board at a deeper level of the school. And so one of the things that I want to commit to is, and I'll speak on behalf of my fellow trustees, is going forward to having a board that's more involved, more visible, and more engaged in the day-to-day operations of the school. Not in the running of the school, but being involved in activities and being a resource not only to the school. Board members have come with a variety of areas of expertise that support the school in a variety of ways, but also support the community. And so I'm really going to be pushing the board in the future to make sure that we are more actively involved in meeting the needs of not only the school, but the community also. So that's my pledge to you as board chair. Once again, I think that addresses a lot of the general questions that I saw. And so I wanted to,
If I just want to jump in, if we could spiral back. So I think we would be remiss if we did not say congratulations.
Oh,
No.
yeah, no.
Okay, well, go ahead.
All right. Second thing I want to do is I want to mirror Bobby's congratulations and thanks to Erica McGrady for her tremendous service. As a new board chair and as a new board member, she was very helpful in me in kind of getting my sea legs and helped me adjust, among other folks clearly, but adjusting to the role as a former board chair. So once again, my personal sincere thanks to her for her guidance. And then lastly, I have a letter that I want to read, and I'm a little bit loath to read, but I really worked hard on this letter. And so I wanted to share the letter. And for folks for people in the community who aren't able to attend this meeting, copies of this letter will be going out, I believe, on Monday or so. So the letter states, "Dear Stokes School Community, it was a little over a year ago that my predecessor made the announcement to the Stokes family that our beloved Erica Bryant was stepping down as executive director of Stokes. I recall this announcement being greeted with a lot of concern, and appropriately so, because even as I, the new board chair, had a lot of angst about the direction for the school for the upcoming 23-24 school year and beyond. As a board, we scrambled quite a bit, mulling over a variety of short-term and potential long-term options to fill this immense void in Stokes leadership. And through all of that, one name kept popping up, Bobby Caballero. With no reservation, the board made the decision to appoint Bobby as the school's interim executive director. He was charged with seeing the school through the upcoming year in an effort to buy the board some more time to figure out a long-term solution, and did he. During the 23-24 school year, Bobby showed that during his 22 plus years tenure at Stokes, he had been intently learning all of the crucial lessons that Erica and Ms. Moore had been attempting to impart related to running a school as complex as Stokes. With his creative and curious mind, he mastered the details and skills that he would need to guide a school through a turbulent time of uncertainty, and has displayed a strategic, thoughtful, and intentional expertise as interim executive director. In this first year, his accomplishments include finalization of renegotiation of East End's lease, creation of a salary scale for Stokes, kickoff of a new strategic plan, increased advocacy efforts, new partnership development, improving staff morale, reintroduction of school traditions post-COVID, working to ensure additional seats at DCI, and being recognized as a new leader rock star by the DC Charter School Alliance. Bobby has shown himself to be a unifying leader with tremendous passion and compassion, traits sorely needed in the role of executive director. He navigates a path for the school that manages to both reflect the rich cultural history of Stokes, while at the same time bringing his own creative ideas to bear. Over the course of the school year, a funny thing happened. Bobby proved himself to be the long-term solution. It is because of these tremendous successes and Bobby's clear vision for the future and continued success for the school that I am ecstatic to announce that the board has unanimously voted to officially appoint Bobby as the next executive director of the L.C. Whitlow Stokes Community Freedom Public Charter School effective July 1, 2024. The board has every confidence that Bobby and his team will continue the previous traditions of Ms. Moore and Erica, our illustrious former leaders, and move the school to new heights of success for the amazing children that we serve. Please join me in congratulating Bobby as he undertakes his very well-deserved journey as our next executive director. Sincerely, Dr. Anton Smith, Board Chair.
Thank you.
I'm a person who believes in symbolism and pomp and circumstance. And so I have a little ritual I'd like for us to engage in to commemorate Bobby's move. So I'll ask everyone to take one of these. And for Bobby,
Do I take one?
but.
no, Bobby takes. And I asked that Bobby, I'll give instructions, but that's for Bobby.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So to demonstrate or to demonstrate our support of Bobby in this role, I'd like for us to officially remove the name interim from his title. And once we all have ripped it in half, we'll ask Bobby to do the same. So on the count of three, I ask everyone to let's remove the interim from Bobby's name. 1, 2, 3. We ask Bobby to do the same.
thank you. Thank you for trusting me. I hope I make you proud.
We know you will.
You already have.
You already have, yes. Congratulations on a successful 23-24 school year.
That's
That's
all.
what she was saying.
I just understand, congratulations on all of the things that you shared this year,
Yeah.
understanding the work that was behind it. You did good work.
And I know that, our main,
I thought you were congratulating him on
No, I just wanted to say phenomenal year.
and our main job is educating children, that's what we
Yeah.
do with all these cultural, but it's not only about like standardized tests, it's educating the full child, especially when it comes to serving historically underserved students. And we know who those are, it's like, it's mostly the Black and brown students, and from underserved communities. So to give them the opportunity to do everything that we do, it's definitely teaching them in a different way. And it's something that they learn that's not going to show up on the standardized test. Standardized tests are important. We need to raise our scores in that too. But, I think that there's a quote, and I forget who it's from, that children might not always remember what you teach them, but they're never going to forget how you made them feel. And that's what I want to lead with love.
And that's obvious. That's obvious.
So, is there any other business or discussion for the public meeting?
Have you been looking at chat? I mean,
Congratulations.
oh, okay. Thank y'all.
Hearing none, I will conclude this meeting until our next board meeting. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Yes, I second Amy Richardson.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion? Oh, sorry, we need to do a roll call. We'll do a roll call vote once again, indicating aye or nay to the motion that's been removed in the second. Beatrice.
Aye.
She's on.
Oh, Bobby, is your computer on?
Oh,
Mute still?
Beatrice?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Tracy.
Aye.
Adina.
Aye.
Amy.
Aye.
Tim. Aye. Erica.
Aye.
Anton Smith is aye. The motion carries. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you.
Ew.
And you're going to stop the live stream.